Cool.
So a little forewarning for anybody, if you are prone to motion sickness, this game is pretty bad for that, so probably take a couple steps back from your PC, your monitor, whatever.
That's a good forewarning.
Yeah. Shouldn't have any issues with like photosensitivity. There's like one room on my screen that might be bad, but other than that, it's pretty much just a vomit simulator if that's an issue for you.
Welcome to 1994/5.
Yeah, and 6 Degrees of Freedom. Ready when you are, Blunt.
Yeah. Just give me a
music.
countdown.
Okay.
I'll restart the music as you go.
All right, gotta get the music. That's another thing. We turn off music in game for this because it makes faster loads. So starting in 3, 2, 1, Smurf.
Smurf.
Cool.
Prepare for descent. Yeah. So we did not practice commentary for this at all. Practiced the speed game a little bit, but basically the gist is this is just like Doom, except in space. Same.
Hey, have you ever played
Doom?
Have you ever gone fast?
Blue key, yellow key, red key, same sort of meta, and then you gotta kill something.
And then there's
there's a reactor at the end, except for the end of 7 and 27, where you have a boss robot you have to fight.
We also already saw a death warp, which we should start talking about already, because they're in the first levels everywhere in this run.
So in co-op we have the added bonus of not actually having a life count, so you can just death warp everywhere.
As long as the other person is alive, I think. It doesn't even matter. You just keep respawning like it would be a deathmatch multiplayer.
So
kind of
you can just abuse all these death warps to get back to your starting area or to swap gear or what have you, all sorts of things. The nice thing about dying is you keep your keys. So that's why when I died on the red key, I just went straight to the red door. The same thing that Foes did right there. Died on the red key, but he keeps his keys, loses his weapons. You grab my laser again.
Yeah, there's a lot of the routing for this involves a lot of like passing around weapons and making sure each person has the correct weapons, because when we die, which is often faster to death warp in places, you lose all your weapons.
Another thing,
it's a trade-off between do you want to keep weapons on or go faster.
You pushed him! Okay. Another thing we failed to mention so far, you might notice we don't fly straight just because it's not fast. So
good idea.
This is a 6 Degrees of Freedom game. You don't know what that means. It means you have...
You ever heard of strafing?
Yeah, you have strafing up, down, left, right, and forward, backward. But you also have rotation in all of those axes as well. So that's why it's 6 Degrees of Freedom. Basically, your movement speed in one direction doesn't influence your movement speeds in other directions. So you can do what's called tricording and move in all 3 directions at the same time. I believe it's like
45 degrees in each.
Yeah, I believe it's like 1.6 times speed, basically.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm at 26, so this should be pretty good if I don't die.
Yeah, we're going to do the first reactor death warp, I think. Because the exit is slightly far away from the reactor, so it's faster for one person to just be at the exit, and they get to keep their weapons, and the person who goes to the reactor just dies as soon as they kill the reactor.
And so then I'm going to start out with just like nothing, as I would, like as if I just died. But I didn't really have anything worth keeping, so it's not a huge deal.
We're still in the early game.
So I get to save all the time that it would take me to go to the reactor, because Fozon was already there waiting. We will get to a point though where it's worth it to keep all your gear. That's fine. So I've got spread fire now, which is a pretty good weapon compared to your regular lasers. It fires very quickly and does a lot of damage. Pretty much the only other thing that we'd use over this, at least in co-op, is quad lasers, which basically just doubles your regular laser shots. But there are also levels to your regular lasers that will do increasing damage. There's up to 4 levels. They change color with each one.
You can tell them apart by the pretty colors.
So first level laser is red, And then second level is like a purplish color. Third is a white or blue, and then the fourth is green. Another disadvantage of co-op is that enemies would normally like drop whatever weapon they have, like Hulks, the big guys who very obviously should be named Hulks, would drop like the missiles that they use, like this guy on my screen right here, that's a Hulk. He would drop like the missiles that he fires at you.
Clear the drones on the way to
That's
blue door
fine.
yet?
Lifters just kind of poke you, the green guys with the claws, so they don't drop any weapons for you. They usually just drop like shields and stuff. But in multiplayer, in co-op, they don't drop anything at all. No enemies drop anything. So we miss out on a lot of drops there. So we end up having to change the routing from any percent, kind of a lot for that. But we do get to take advantage of a lot of death warps.
Sorry, I'm in the way.
No,
Am I in the
that's
way?
fine. One other significant change that doesn't really matter yet, just because we haven't come across this weapon. We get it in, what, 10 normally?
10,
Called
yeah.
the fusion cannon. It's the,
Normally it's
yeah,
ridiculously
it's
overpowered.
insane. So much so that they actually had to. What did they do to it? They just like changed how it.
In multiplayer, they halved the damage.
Well,
I
but
think.
there was the
What
thing
are we talking about?
in like the original version where it was like based on frame rate, so you would just like.
Oh yeah, because this was a DOS game and it was based on frame rate. A lot of things. This is a source port, so the frame rate is actually capped for those things now. But back when it was based on frame rate,
That's
I took your minds. It's hard to miss them. You used to be able to do stuff like every frame that the fusion cannon was touching a reactor, it did its damage to it. Every frame that it passed through, so it just insta-killed all
Yeah, so
reactors.
it was essentially just like infinite damage. I mean, the weapon is insanely strong as it is, so having it tick this absurdly high amount of damage every frame, it just wiped out everything. Also, fusion cannon fire goes through enemies, so that's another.
And doesn't lose anything.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah, it goes the same damage
Yeah.
through everything.
there's no like tapering or whatever. So
Anyway, now we've told them how good the fusion cannon is, and we're not
Yeah.
going to use it in the run. Well, apart from level 11 at the very end, you get to see. how
yeah,
pretty
I use
it
it
is.
once just because it's just better than having basic lasers, which is all I would normally have at that point. It's pretty much all you use in the any percent run, except for on reactors, because reactors, just the way that they work, they end up taking more damage from quad lasers. So you'll use level 4 quad lasers for most reactor kills, and Vulcan cannon, which is another weapon that you don't normally see, at least in this run.
Yeah, our music sync is going really well, just by the way. FYI.
The Vulcan
Level 7 started and the level 7 music.
Vulcan cannon is like a hit scan weapon. It's just like a machine gun, but with it, it's just point and shoot. Wherever you're pointing, if you click, it fires right there and hits instantly. There's no travel time. So it's pretty powerful in that respect for opening doors. But again, there's really like no pickups for it because
There's a lot of death warps in this level, by the way. Oh, please give me the key. That is the most awkward thing I've been.
there's
Good thing I didn't kill myself prematurely.
not a whole lot of opportunity for us to pick it up because normally we'd get it a lot from killing drillers, the silver guys that have it. But again, they don't drop it in co-op, so
So this is the first boss level.
yeah. And normally in any percent we do a glitch to manipulate him so he just stays in place and spins there the whole time. However, that doesn't work in co-op.
He's supposed to
Yeah,
teleport around.
so you get to see him in all his original
He is
glory.
left.
Oh wow, that was almost really good.
Yep.
I'm gonna,
Oh, he's
yeah,
dead.
I'm gonna
Behind
die
you.
though.
He's dead. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Exit.
Um,
You can make it.
So yeah, he teleports around and he shoots smart missiles at you. If you get nailed with a smart missile head on, you die instantly. It just does too much damage.
Pretty much.
And meanwhile, there are
Even though we're on the easiest difficulty.
it's absurd. This game's actually kind of kind of overtuned in some ways.
Yeah, so in Descent 2 they made it the easiest difficulty twice as easy, because people complained about that. So now we're on the non-shareware levels, because the shareware was levels 1 to 7 up to the first boss. So now we're on like the fully released game levels, basically. They get much more complex and maze-like, kind of, well, they already were, to be honest, but right back at the blue door. Clear that orange one for me.
Yeah, so a lot of what you'll see in the run is just like me, well, both of us going and clearing rooms of enemies for the other person, so they don't have to go through there and so they don't get stuck on enemies. Goes both ways.
Ooh, oh, I'm gonna lag. Oh.
There's just a lot of enemies in the way normally, and you can't.
So I had to waste like 5 seconds restarting. I mean,
Restarting? What?
minimizing my window there. I'm like minimize my window and load it up again.
Oh,
Right, come to red door.
Yeah, enemies in the way are no good because you can't fly through them, so you have to kill them first. Some enemies, sometimes you can push them, bully them out of the way, like that one right there. But for the most part,
Lifters, you never kill.
all of the like melee guys, I mean, since they're meant to be melee, meant to like bully you around, you can't bully them at all.
Okay, good luck doing the proper way.
Yeah, we'll see. You get to go the secret way.
Okay, scenic route.
The senior crowd that you never see in any percent run.
So here, Luma's going to do a death up on the blue key. I'm going to clear the way to his blue door that comes from spawn, and then I'm also going to clear the way to the red door that he's going to later, and then go and wait at the exit by going a back way around, because I can't go through the red door yet, where the exit would normally, where it normally goes to the exit. Because I don't have the red key, I'm just letting Luma get the red key. Because when one person picks up a key, the other person doesn't get it.
Usually. But that means that the other person can't open the door, so it can create some issues, such as what you might see in the later level.
There's invisible guys here, by the way. We keep flying into invisible guys. That's what's going on here.
Oh, that's, yeah, we've never explained cloaks either. Yeah, so that exists. There are invisible guys who normally would also, not all the time, but a lot of times drop cloaks. But since enemies don't drop anything in co-op, you never get cloak drops, which are a big part of any percent routing. Yeah, so this is where you leave me to rot inside yellow jail.
That's true. You know, remembering to let your teammate out of certain doors they don't have the key for.
I just got nailed by like 5 homings. What is going on?
One of the most difficult parts. 5? All 5 of them from that one guy?
At least 3.
I suppose there's more than one guy. Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
So you don't have to come in, and you don't have to come in the reactor room. You can just go straight and like wait at the secret door.
Yeah,
If you want.
I think I might. I'm at 15 now.
Should be.
That's another thing. Don't want to get too close because friendly fire is sometimes useful and sometimes really not useful. But also your ship deals damage as it explodes because it is an explosion, just like near like missile or whatever. Don't ditch me. Where are you?
Red Hogs are the worst, by the way. They're the worst enemy in the game. Debatable.
Lots of health. Fire homing missiles at you that are very hard to dodge.
They have a mistakenly high amount of health, I swear.
Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me
I'm
out.
letting you out.
Let me
Letting you
out.
out the door.
Okay.
There it is. Yeah. I remember.
Friendly reminder.
Oh, the music just changed a
Oh
lot.
no, we're slow.
Yeah. Although we have to wait 7 seconds in between each level one, like on. So.
Oh, that's true. That's another thing that we didn't mention.
Just in the multiplayer lobby.
About multiplayer, yeah. You have to. There's a 7-second wait time in between. I'm gonna let you go first, so you don't shoot me on accident.
Okay. There's the secret exit. There are 3 secret levels in the game. And this is the first one, and it's got a massively overpowered enemy, like difficulty spike enemy right at the start of it.
Also,
Let's try and die to him instantly. Yeah, nice. Took one of his shots.
Yeah. Oh, so that's a fusion Hulk that has the fusion cannon, which is not tuned down for the enemies, but only for you. So
yeah, they have the same one as
yeah.
same as them.
So you just get annihilated by them. Also, since it's co-op, they can't drop them, so you don't get to reap the benefits of killing them.
Okay, if I get hit by the fusion guys, I die. Luckily, I'm cloaked. Ah, I got me. I can rise up above the blob. Let's just carry on with the plan, but I'll come back and do it the same way.
I'll get it. I'm right there.
That's unfortunate death.
Yeah.
Oh, you're at the blue door. Yeah, I'm coming in. Yeah. Because technically, like, Luma could take my stuff and carry on with the other route, but then we're used to having the weapons around in a certain way, so it'll probably be better for us to... I just died again.
And that's Fusion Hulks for
That's
you.
not good. Yeah.
I believe each.
And that's the massive jump in difficulty. Like, normally you see Fusion Hulks on... I'm outside the blue door again, but... normally you see Fusion Hulks on level 23, and this is just after level 10.
They're a bit out of place here. Also, the reason that we're doing this secret level is because in co-op you're forced into the secret levels no matter which exit you take. Normally there's a regular exit and a secret exit in this level 10, and then
yeah, here's the only sequence break in the
the only one that we've found.
We kill the reactor before red door.
Because you can shoot through the grate.
There we go. Snipe it.
You're gonna go get your weapons and come back out? Okay.
Yeah, I'm coming. Because I'm still invulnerable, so I can't death roll.
That's another. Yeah, you have to grab the invulnerability there in order to actually do the thing. So.
Yeah. Just realised how some of the game music is really varying volume levels. Oh well. I went the wrong way. You're going the right way. Yeah.
Didn't get audio equalized.
Where? Okay, there's going to be an invisible guy in the way for you because I did not see him anywhere.
That's fine. He normally is. No, I'm doing this right. I was about to say. He wanted to be in the way, but he wasn't quite there.
Lava has loads of splash damage. If you shoot it near yourself or shoot an enemy near it, it will do way more damage than
just even like running into lava will just like tick damage, but also if you shoot it, it'll splash up and it'll kill you very quickly. So like if you have something like the Vulcan cannon that fires very fast, you'll get the splash damage really quickly and die immediately. Basically. There we go.
Oh, don't know where that guy came from.
Yeah, I missed the door a whole bunch, it's fine. Okay, so here's the one chance at seeing the fusion cannon, and there's all these mine layers in here that look like... Oh, by the way, this is the bad room. Don't look if you're photosensitive.
Don't die too early.
Shouldn't. Okay. There we go. Out of there. Neat.
Level 12. You're going to trade weapons again by me dying and then Luma picking up all my weapons.
I think I'm going to try the death warp route here. Let's see if this works out.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
I mentioned that the reactors get stronger every level,
True.
so they take way more time to kill the higher levels.
And the one other weird thing about secret levels is they're coded as if they're levels 1, 2, and 3. So their reactor healths are if they're levels 1, 2, and 3. So you'll see in Secret 2, we kill the reactor very quickly because we have weapons as if from like whatever level 20, but
Here's a mega missile, and I am dead. That's what they do. I fired a mega missile, everything died,
yeah,
especially me.
very big splash radius, lots of damage as well.
Biggest missile. Here's the hardest level in the game on any percent if you're playing it solo. I'm not sure if it's hardest level anymore in co-op.
I think it's.
We'll find out.
I think it's more lenient, but yeah. I didn't do myself any favors there.
I almost put in front of you.
Yeah, that's you.
No, wrong way. You get that one.
I'm so used to going and grabbing the cloak there. I just got busted.
Right. Do you grab it before the blue key?
Yeah.
As well?
Normally. I just got butt missiled though. So Red Hulks like to do this thing where they're facing the exact opposite direction of where you are, but they still fire a missile at you as if it was like out of their butt and they still hit you. They're just a pain.
Yeah. The old butt missile.
Overtuned enemies. I am gonna live? Question mark? Yeah, I think we're good.
You can die if you want.
That's true. We could farm some homings, or...
Ooh, this Red Hulk's really in the way. That's annoying. Just gonna have to wait until he dies then. Normally I'd just ignore, like, most of the time for Red Hawks, because they take so long to kill, even though they do loads of damage by firing homing missiles at you, it's probably faster to just, like, ignore them, push them out of the way.
So, I do my best to see when Fozon's coming in and open doors for him, hold doors open for him, because they do have that animation time. So, like right here, it's very hard to make that door check on your own, and by door check I mean shoot it open and then fly through it before it closes again. Because while a door is open, you can't shoot it to hold it open, and then when it starts shutting, it will just keep shutting. Even if you start shooting it, it'll.
Until it's like halfway through its animation.
So like I'll stand in the way, or like lay a bomb in the way, and that will hold the door open for him, and vice versa.
And these are the hardest levels, by the way. The levels kind of in the mid-game are definitely the hardest
where
levels.
like the difficulty of like the enemies ramped up, but your weapons haven't always caught up, and you're not quite like overpowered yet and totally overgeared, but you're seeing harder
It's
enemies.
also that
Yeah.
The final levels get easier because they give you more invulnerability pickups.
Yeah.
And when you get an invulnerability pickup in the speedrun, you can make it last like half the level.
You basically just chain invulnerabilities and cloaks for the end of the game. Again, which are not nearly as widely used in co-op, just because like cloaked enemies don't drop them, so there's some places where you normally depend on them, but you can't use them. Oh. There you go.
Oh, this guy's really close to the door. Yeah, some robots that I'm used to being in certain positions from playing the game solo wander to different locations because players have been in different areas.
Yeah, from having 2 players, definitely.
Cool. Yeah.
Hey!
Ooh.
It's okay, I have 69 health now.
You're welcome. Oh, yeah.
Then I crashed.
Yeah, you lose health bumping into walls in this as well.
All the way up until 0 shields.
Coming back. I think it's 10 actually. If you're 10 or lower, you don't lose health anymore when you bump into walls.
I don't know if I believe that. Please? Oh my god, the Hulk's in the way.
Yeah, get it. The Hulk's absorbing. Yeah.
Ugh.
Sponging. Alright. This is okay, apart from secret level 1. This has been good.
Which is really tricky, to be fair. I grabbed the invulnerability.
Yeah, no, I don't know how I managed to get so lucky there on the practice times we've done that level then, because I didn't stop to think that those fusion hooks will insta-kill me.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd had any trouble with that. You're just gaming out of control.
Maybe they see me sooner, see me later because it's on 4-3, so the shots don't hit the wall.
Yes, blame the resolution. That's the key.
Yeah, I'm blaming the resolution. I normally play in 16:9.
Oop, I got 2.
This game differs from my other speed games in that it's really stable. Like there's no glitches to speak of.
Just the one.
Like
Just the boss glitch.
Yeah, just freezing the bosses in place. Like, but we don't even do
Yeah.
that in this one.
So that actually
So now I have quad lasers.
actually
again,
makes them a legitimate challenge in this run. We got pretty lucky on 7.
Yeah, it was very fast. You can get one. It is possible to get one cycle, which is insane. If he decides to kind of stay in the same place for kind of one of his
Yeah,
teleports.
you can kind of bully him for a little bit, and he'll just kind of like chill, but not always.
Right,
Alright.
coming in. I want quite a lot.
I didn't grab the invulnerability, so oops, it's fine.
Sorry, yeah, neither of us need it.
Yeah.
You get out.
That's a good one. We're ahead now.
And you're going first in this level, I think. There's some platform bots. I think this is the first level with them in. I like the robot designs in this game.
The observer got it.
It's the first game with like 3D polygonal enemies. Fun fact.
So those.
They all have their own like eye designs and stuff. Oh, I just shot you inside
That's
the door,
fine.
nice.
Mega! Yeah,
Mega
yeah.
missile? You gonna do
I'm
it?
gonna do it. I'm gonna mega these guys.
There they go. Oh, one of them survived! He was
Oh,
one
because
shot away
it.
from death.
Yeah,
That guy
it
was
homed in on one of the ones on
from
the
right.
right, so it didn't hit the middle, so they didn't get as much splash. Interesting.
No. I need to save my missiles in this level so that I can have enough to die on the reactor. You down at the red door? Yeah. Left her out the way, and then this reactor takes a lot of time to kill because they're getting strong now. And I still didn't quite have enough missiles, so I need that guy to shoot me. Okay, good.
Lost a little bit of time getting the reactor because getting the exit because I went and got some smarts. Oh well. Hey, that's you.
Here's the gopher bots. It is me. I'm gonna get my spread fire.
One of the coolest enemies in the game. They're just, I don't know, most enemies are annoying, but I don't know, I just think the gopher bots are kind of cute.
Yeah, gopher bots are cute. Have you ever seen them when they're not set
Yeah.
to like mines in the level editor? They actually
Yeah,
have
they have
lasers.
little like level 3 lasers.
Blue lasers.
Getting stuck on
The
those
singular
guys. Okay.
So I'm just clearing the way for Lumo coming back in a minute. And of course I can't get through the blue door because he's gonna got the blue key and I haven't. So.
Woo!
High five.
Oh, you left the plasma driller for me.
Well, he's right in the middle of the room normally. Like, he's not in the way, is he?
He decided to come out and say hi. He wandered all the way down the hallway.
Oh, he's
yeah,
really...
you
oh,
after you.
I saw him coming out of the hallway instead of you. Alright.
So if this feels unpolished and unrefined, that's because it is, and we started running this like 2 weeks ago. Why did that homing not home in? Interesting. So normally I'd try to get around those guys, but advanced listeners have kind of a big grasp on you, so it's pretty hard to get around them in these tight spaces like this.
Rolling in.
Rolling in. By the way, if there's any questions, please read them because we can't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, any questions in the
It's so
chat?
difficult to
Yeah,
read.
or like anything that you
This
want to
game is
ask,
just
whatever.
solid action.
I mean, it's kind of it's easier on co-op because you get the time after levels, but yeah, it's
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
It's really hard to read chat in this game.
Yeah, sorry, I had to,
I was
I
on
just had to
4.
step.
All good.
But, I just wanted to say Charlie donated 50.
Charlie. Thanks, Charlie.
Doesn't look like there was a comment, but thanks, Charlie. I appreciate it.
Okay, I'm gonna leave my weapons just to the right where the cloak is in the first run as you come out. That's the
Oh,
new
we're
thing.
going away again.
I just spawned instantly. I didn't even have to watch my ship die. That was interesting. New tech.
Can I?
Oh, and my weapons didn't. Oh, that's
I actually have a question.
okay.
Yeah, what's up?
How do you not get motion sickness
That's
playing
never
this?
happened before.
I don't know. I guess it's just like you need to have a decent monitor and like be far enough away from it, and it's fine.
It just blows my mind that this game.
Because we played it when we were children, so we're used to
Yeah.
it.
Game has such a good frame rate for the year it came out, but I guess it's because it's like.
Source port,
It's a
yeah.
source
Oh,
port.
it is. Okay, I was gonna say because I feel like there's no way the game was this
It is
fluid.
as accurate to the original.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's as accurate to the
Yeah.
original as possible. Yeah, so there was a never happened before marathon moment right there, because I died to try and leave my weapons for Lumo. But for some reason, I respawned instantly without having to see my death roll animation, and all my weapons were gone. I didn't drop them.
I wonder if that's what happened that one time when I left my.
Yeah.
It's always this level. Yeah. So one time before when we were practicing,
Oh, this level is like one of the biggest levels.
maybe it's just like actually a sprite overload. That's weird. Yeah. One time we were practicing, I took a death warp to try to drop my weapons for foes on there.
So you're gonna take ages
Yeah.
on the reactor now.
No, that's fine. This is what I'm used to. I have a mega. Don't worry about it.
Someone was asking what level this was.
18.
This is Miranda Mine. 18. Yeah, do you want the actual name of the level? or the
Someone
number?
was just asking what level are you on.
'Cause I-
So.
Because I only
number?
know.
Well, no, that's the
this
only level that
level's
we know
name.
by name. They all have names. If you
Yeah.
like open up the map, it shows the level name of the level.
Oh, I see.
But we just never remember the names. Basically, you're in the solar system and you start out like close to the sun, and then like work your way like out towards
You're going
Pluto,
to Pluto.
and you end on Pluto. You do like a whole bunch of like asteroids and like moons and whatnot. Yeah.
Wow, this game is old because Pluto was a planet back then.
Yeah, right.
Got downgraded.
I think we go to Charon as well, so it's not like. we're
Oh,
ending this
okay,
thing.
okay. It's only
Like, it's not necessarily called a
Right.
planet in this game.
So I guess there ended up being 30 total levels if you include the 3 secrets. So
Yeah. I'm coming to red door.
so
Just gonna whale
I'm
around.
not going to, or at least I'm going to try not to die for the whole rest of the run because I have basically all of the best weapons that there are for us to get in this run, and I want to keep them just to.
I have really good weapons, but I am
Yeah.
gonna die
Oh,
anyway.
oh, you know what? Actually, there's one
fast.
spot where I died to give my weapons to you. We trade off again, but
Yeah.
so this is
Oh, I
the
dropped one, right?
keybot level, which is unique in that all the keys to the doors are hidden inside robots.
Thank
Yeah.
you. What's your health like?
And
Can you survive me getting the shield?
yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I need the shield.
So each of blue, yellow, and red keys are all hidden inside robots.
Hey, red keyboard's nice.
He's really nice on co-op for whatever reason. I think maybe he's confused because there's 2 players.
Yeah, they're nicer on co-op, I think.
He must be confused because there's 2 players. But yeah, so this one can be a huge pain, and
Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, I killed myself with the mega missile on the reactor at the same time. Yeah. But I didn't know whether I was going to kill the reactor.
but you can use a lot of time on that level because the movements of the keybots are random, so it's pretty dicey sometimes.
We did get another donation from James.
Sheepy?
Sheepy?
Yeah, probably. It's the only
just
James
said-
that I really know.
There was no comment, so thanks, James. I appreciate it. It was $10 donation.
Thanks, James.
Thanks, James.
Walls.
So here, I'm getting the secret quad lasers because it's the best weapon. And I just lost my weapons on the reactor back there, so time to get them back. That's the only reason dying on the reactor right there is worth it, because I know I can get them back in this level.
So there are some backups in case we screw up, but for the most part it's pretty scripted route. We definitely have things that we want to try to do, things we want to try to not do. There aren't too many backups, but there are some, and usually they're not that fast. So this is a unique reactor room in that it's a puzzle. You have to go in certain doors in order, actually go out of certain doors in order to trigger the shield around the reactor to open up. And then this will be secret level 2.
Luckily, we can do it twice as fast because there's 2 of us. One person in one door, one person in the other one.
And so now we will have the shortest level in the entire game. You just fly straight forward and get the red key, and then the reactor is right at the end. And because it's as if it were level 2, the reactor has basically no health, so it's like 4 bolts of level 4 quad lasers and some missiles, and it's dead.
Okay, so now we both have max weapons. But what's this? I'm gonna lose them all again.
This is the occurring theme.
So there's the yellow key in this level. Is it yellow key or red key? No, the red key in this level is really far away from everything.
Yeah.
It's down this massive spiral. So I'm gonna die instead of flying all the way back through it. Here's the spiral.
You get to see just how far Fozon gets away from me. Ow! And
Oh, that Mega Missile killed both Red Hawks. I've never seen that.
that's
Nice.
very unusual.
Red Hawks are normally more powerful. Alright,
I don't think that's the right door. Is it?
you get that? Yeah.
No, I meant that I didn't shoot the right door. I was 180 from where I was supposed to be.
Oh, I didn't hit that. The invisible guys. took my
And don't
shots.
forget to let me out.
I will let you out. It's okay. Do it.
Okay.
It's open.
Yeah.
You get out. You're getting shot by a million drillers because that room has a
Yeah,
million
there's... Oh, we never mentioned robot makers. So there's like this purple webby stuff along the walls and like in corners sometimes. Those are robot makers, and they just make robots over and over and over again. And those ones in particular make these light drillers, which are the guys with the Vulcan cannon, the hit scan weapon. So it is very...
drillers. You can't really dodge. You always have to take some damage
Yeah,
from.
so it's a lot of damage, and you really can't dodge it.
I have acquired the big missiles. Big.
Oh my god, hello? What am I doing? Okay.
So I'm gonna watch for Lumo until he comes through the blue door, and I'll let him out so he doesn't have to spend time aiming at these doors.
I got held up a little bit.
Because if you're aiming at something, that means you're tricording not as fast. Because you want to be facing at 45 degrees.
It's okay, I'm bad at flying anyway, so it doesn't make much of a difference. But yeah, we do the best we can to hold doors open for each other, be gentlemen and whatnot.
And not shoot each other unless we require it.
Yeah, there's one place where I specifically shoot Fozon because it helps.
There's 2. The second last level as well.
What was the other one?
We did it in level 10.
Oh yeah, yeah. That wasn't intentional, but okay.
Yeah, sometimes I don't have enough
Right.
missiles there. Oh, I'm getting out of the way. Oh,
That's
this
fine.
guy's in there. Alright, there you go.
What's your health like?
60.
You should be fine, right? You'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll get like 1 fusion shot does 60, so I'll be on 3.
Just don't get hit by both bolts.
Oh, no, I'm on 61 now. Okay, the fusion guys are ignoring me, so that's okay.
Yeah, there's this weird glitch in co-op. We don't really understand why it happens or what, but sometimes robots will ignore just one player, and I don't know.
Yeah, for a little bit. They normally turn around
Yeah.
after a while, but
Yeah, they'll wake up eventually, but I don't know.
they get confused.
The game gets confused, and
They are taken over by an alien virus.
oh yeah, that's the whole
Who knows?
premise of this. There's a
These are mining robots.
yeah, the
by the way.
lore is these are all like mine shafts and whatever, and
Oh, I forgot to get quad lasers.
well,
Oh, this is fine, we're just carrying with that, that's fine.
yeah, the lore is that these are all like mining facilities, and all these robots are like meant for mining. But they got taken over by an alien virus, and so they went rogue and started killing people and taking hostages. So we've been dispatched in order to get rid of them and destroy all of these mines.
Right, you get
Yeah.
this mega missile. It's a secret exit, this is the third secret level. And it's a really difficult one to not die on the starting room.
Yeah, this one's actually...
I'm gonna dodge this mega missile.
That's so spooky, I hate it.
Oh, I got hit by Fusion Hulk again. They really like
Yeah.
me today.
So that's another really tricky area where there's another Fusion Hulk, and surprise, surprise.
And a million other guys shooting.
Yeah,
me back.
that room also has a lot of drillers in it, the guys you can't dodge, and that's why I tossed the Mega Missile in there.
Okay, there's the blue door.
Oh, I should have held blue open
Talking
for you,
Mega
that was silly.
Missiles.
Oh well, this is fine. Somehow...
It's fine. I think we're on the credits music right now on the music sync. Uh-oh.
Well, this isn't... Yeah, I mean... Any percent, so...
Yeah, this is completely different timing to the 80% one I made this for. Also, I had like the world record at the time, slightly rustier now. I mean, I still have the world record, it's just not the time. Right, so I'm coming back out. Normally I would have quad lasers to carry over to the next level here, but I do not. I have spread fire, so you're gonna have to deal with just having
That's
spread fire, Limo.
fine. Now we're in Pluto. Pluto Outpost. Nearing the end of the game. So no more secret levels left.
So are the secret levels required, or?
You just...
In co-op, it makes
Yeah,
it
you
easier,
just-
yeah, because they're all in one big list. Because there's and the way multiplayer is done, it just moves you on to the next level in the list, regardless of where you
Oh, I
exit.
see.
Because normally you have to find secret exits to go to the secret levels, but it doesn't matter which one you go out, it just takes you to the next one on the list on multiplayer. So.
Yeah, normally in like any percent you'd skip them. You'd only do these levels in like all levels are all hostages, but we're just forced to, regardless of which exit we take from the level.
Ooh, no, I'm alive. It's fine. It's fine. So there's a green platform bots. They just spray missiles everywhere in your general direction, and that's a very thin hallway, so it's hard to dodge them. Oh, I'm coming back. Do you need? Okay,
That's
I got
fine.
this. Safety
I
and
wasted too much
vulnerability.
time. I should have grabbed the cloak first. Oh well.
I should go first,
Oh
so you should
yeah,
be- Simon vulnerable.
I'm at 19 now, so we'll see.
Oh, it just stuck at the exit.
Oh!
Oh, there's missiles
7. Okay.
there. Okay, you're the one with all the good weapons here, so we needed you to
Yeah,
take
yeah.
this out of there.
You guys just let me know when time's coming up.
It's in,
Let me
Sure,
know.
yeah.
okay, we're in the second last level. Right, so we're gonna trade weapons again.
And then he's gonna do his best to catch up to me, and I'm gonna do my best to not let him.
Wait, is this co-op? I don't understand.
Just a friendly competition. Who can fly faster?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You mean you cannot vomit?
because we
From
go to
Yeah.
the freeze.
motion sickness?
Exactly. Another weird thing that we don't fully understand yet: which direction you face when you respawn after death warping.
Yeah. It works properly in single player, but in multiplayer it's just a completely arbitrary direction when you respawn for some reason.
I think it might be based on the direction you face when you die, but we still haven't tested it enough yet to know.
But you can't really control that very well because you're death
Yeah,
rolling all over the
you
place.
you spin while you die, so it's kind of a lotto. Okay.
And the other door. I'm going low on this guy.
And then there's a nice little cubby hole here where they hide a whole bunch of mega missiles, just in time to go to the last level.
So we need them for a certain boss robot.
Oh, there's another thing that we haven't been able to replicate. We think it's just due to latency. Oh, you're grabbing invulnerability. Fine, that's all right.
I don't know. I was on 30, so I was
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm cloaked and I've got 80, so it's okay. I'll live. Something that we haven't been able to replicate yet. One time we were both able to grab the same invulnerability. We think it's got something to do with the latency between the two peers. I don't know. What? No, don't split there.
it changed the route too much, but it would allow us to be much more reckless on
Right.
these reactors.
If we could guarantee that we could both get the same invulnerability, it'd be a lot simpler for sure. Easy mode.
Okay, this is the final level, and it's really short, but it's really difficult.
There's lots of fusion hulks in the
I
way
have
for
to make this
Frozen.
invulnerability last. Yeah, there's loads of red hulks on the way to the blue key there, and then a load of fusion hulks that I need to get to with my invulnerability still active, and I've gone the wrong way. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright. Okay.
So I'm just taking a death warp here to make the cloak last longer and get a refill on health. So
Okay, I didn't die. I took one shot.
cloak will be dropped, or like would normally be dropped by enemies, but since it doesn't get dropped by enemies, it just gets dropped by players.
Okay.
You know, I might have to die again. It's gonna run out. Maybe. That's alright.
Well, talking of dying again. They didn't make it past that platform.
Oh, the one at the red? Yeah. That's alright. It should last long enough for me
Is he waiting for
to...
me? Oh, my explosion.
It should last long enough for me to get to... Nope, never mind, it's gone. Let's go.
Alright,
Just...
going in. Final boss. Guy in the way. The final boss spawns robots randomly.
Yeah,
Let's
he
get
spawns random robots in random places, including fusion hulks, and he throws mega missiles at you, which home in and do a buttload of damage, and he also teleports around randomly from room to room. But yeah,
got it.
because we have like all the best weapons.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's time.
time is 3, 2, 1
Time
now.
is,
Um,
I don't know if I stopped on time.
that's alright. 47:14 according to my splits.
I'll just,
we have in-game time as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the RPC. Nice. Alright, cool. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
That was... I'm gonna go,
Yeah, intense game. Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah,
something
it was
from
cool. It was cool
Gee.
for sure. I just, I swear, now I remember seeing this game because of the frickin' motions thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So every level has that cool escape sequence where the mine blows up and you fly out of a shaft, but we skip it to save time. Surprise, surprise.
Nice.
Our in-game time was 46:19, which is pretty good.
Nice.
And then this guy gives you a debriefing.
That's 1 second. That's